Let's address your security that you have here.
Okay. Yeah, we have the state-of-the-art security. I have webcams in every classroom, and parents are able to access the webcams all day. They can see what their children are doing. One of the features we do also have is we record everything for up to 4 days. So if a parent can't watch their children because they're working or anything, they can actually go home that night or on the weekends, rewind the day, and they can still see what's going on. Right now I have some military families that it's working really great for, because the dads are stationed, out of the country, and so the dads are actually able to log on and see their kids whenever they need to. Also, we have the door security. All of our doors remain locked from the outside. Parents have codes to get in. We're really strict on IDing parents. Whenever they pick up, or whoever's picking up the children, they have to show us ID until we get to know their faces really well. But yeah, we've got some pretty, I've been complimented a lot. That's probably the biggest thing lately with all my new parents, is that our security is really tight.
You give an example where the security really came in handy with anybody trying to...
Oh yeah, I actually, a few weeks ago, I had a dad who is not allowed to see a child, that has lost all rights to the child, come and try and take her. And basically, I had him on camera. I was interviewing him. He showed me his ID, and thank goodness I had a court order showing that he couldn't, because he had the child's birth certificate proving that he was the father, but I also had the court order showing that he couldn't take this child. And it got to the point where I did have to call the sheriff down. Sheriff had to come deal with it, but since everything was on video, we were able to play back the child, this father getting really belligerent and with us. So it does, the video comes in handy a lot.
Didn't you have somebody at one time that tried to get in off the street?
Yes, we did. We had somebody who was trying to get in every single one of our doors. And thank goodness, since we do have all the doors locked from the outside, he wasn't able to get in. And again, it's another time our video cameras came into play, because we have the video camera right by the front door. And we were able to show the sheriff the footage of the guy trying to open the door, and because of the footage, he was actually able to go and find the guy who was trying to get in. So the sheriff ended up driving around, found the guy, picked him up, and turned out that he wasn't supposed to be within 1,000 feet of a daycare. We have expanded. We are taking the older children. So we do take kindergarten through 3rd grade. Now, when we were only doing the kindergartners, there's actually quite a few things we've changed with this accreditation, and it just raising our standards. We're starting to go towards something that's called continuity of care. And the continuity of care is basically that the teachers stay with the children. And the studies have shown that from 0 to 5, children develop what they will be and who they will be emotionally for the rest of their life. And you can't erase what happens. And so just giving them that security of being with the same teacher, it really helps a lot. So we do 2 transitions a year, and the same teacher stays with the kids. So it's that's a big difference that we've done. We've also gone over to an emergent curriculum style. And the easiest way to explain that is to give an example. Basically, we don't do the traditional curriculum where it's like set in stone. I don't believe in cookie cutters. Everything I do, I believe in making it really developmentally appropriate. And with the emergent curriculum, it gives us a chance to be a little bit more flexible. Like if we were teaching, like for example, we did a thing one of my teachers did. She was teaching the children about Arctic animals. And the kids weren't interested so much in Arctic animals, but when they were talking about penguins mating for life, the kids their big concern was, well, what happens when they get divorced? And what happens when mommy and daddy remarry? And so at that point, my teacher was able to just drop the whole subject on and we just went on to family structures. So basically, our curriculum is totally focused on what the children want to learn about. And really, and so we incorporate what they're interested in into what they're learning. So it's a great way. It just keeps the kids so interested and gives them so much ownership of their school. And you feel they're gonna retain that? Oh, absolutely. Because they're more interested. Because that's what they really, They don't get bored. They don't, and the studies have shown that that's how children learn best. And especially at this age, it's really how they learn. The children do seek out knowledge. And part of our job is to just help them, guide them through that, their quest for what they want to learn. So, and I've found that the emergent curriculum is really the best way to do that. And of course, we still focus on the traditional, just the early reading skills and helping them identify letters, teaching them their names, how to write their names and stuff like that. But like, for the most part, though, we do go for the emergent curriculum.
What credentials do your teachers have?
One of my teachers, I do actually have a child psychologist on staff, and most of my teachers do have some schooling. We actually are a part of the TEACH program, the Nevada TEACH program, which pays for their college education. So my teachers who do not have like their degrees yet are working towards it through the TEACH program. So as our staff members, they're able to do that, get it all paid for.
And they get credits while they're
yes,
here.
Absolutely.
Well,
yeah, they're
right?
getting full college credits, so they will end up getting their associate's degrees and bachelor's degrees. I do have a few of my teachers that do have degrees already, but the ones who don't, they have that opportunity to get their educations paid for. So that's the Nevada TEACH program. It's an excellent program.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So as long as they stay employed through me, they can go to UNR, TMCC, or Western Nevada Community College, and all their classes, everything is paid for.
Okay, now you've got some new accreditation.
Yes, we're going through the accreditation process right now. We're hoping we should be finished with the process by November 1st. And basically what that is it just holds Little Knights and Maidens to a higher quality standards. It makes our ratios a lot smaller. For example, the Nevada state ratios for infants is a 1:6 ratio. With accreditation, we have to be at a 1:4 ratio. Also, our maximum class sizes. Nevada has no laws on what the class sizes can be, and with accreditation, it really limits the amount of children we can have in one classroom. You can go into an infant class, again, using that example, that has 25 infants in it. But with accreditation, we won't be allowed to have more than 15, even though we only take 8. So, and then again, same thing with the 2-year-olds. I've seen 2-year-old classrooms that have up to 32-year-olds. With accreditation, we can't go more than 15. But here we do 12. And then that's a really big drastic. The ratios with 2-year-olds is legally 1:10, but with accreditation, it's 1:6. So those are basically the big, and then it's just our curriculum standards, the way we do things, what we feed the kids. It's just held to such a high quality standard, much higher than what your state regulations are. So one of the things that's actually also enabled us to do is we're the only center that can do military subsidy because we're on that track to become accredited. So we basically do follow all social services standards on that. Usually the kids, when they're sick, they come out in here and hang out with me until their parents can come and get them. And I mean, sometimes it's hard because a lot of our parents work in Reno. So sometimes I'll have them in here with me for an hour or two, but we do keep them, make sure that they are away from all the other children once we know that they're sick, and then they just kind of just sit in here and I just play with them until their parents can get here.
Hours there? No.
We're open from 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
And you're located at?
We're located at 150 East Main Street. We're right by the Dollar Shack. We're the building at the very end of the plaza.
Okay, and if they would need to call you, they call?
Yes, they can call me, Evelyn, at 775-575-0333.
And your website?
Is www.littleknightsandmaidens.com.
Okay.
Thank you.
To sponsor a syndicated Fernley news clip, webisode, or segment with unlimited views, please visit us on the web at fernleynews.com.